What's up, guys? Can you all hear me? What's up, Jim Baker? Can you hear me? Do I got volume here? All right.
Do I got volume here?
Good stuff. Had to double check with the old phone. How's everybody doing this evening? Good? Oh, shoot. 30 people, 5 likes. Come on, brother. Let's get it up there. Jim Baker, come on. Stoned, he says. What's up from Syracuse? 42, 7 likes. Come on, it's not hard to click the like button. If you're going to hang out in here, click the like button. That's the only requirement. Good seeing you, Attack on Titan 88. Messina, New York is in the house. I love Messina. I really do. Messina is a great area. Old St. Lawrence Seaway. How many of you guys got hit with the snowstorm that are on the East Coast? I don't know about the rest of the country. We got hit hard. We got 16 inches of snow. What's up, we the people? Please stop that. MS, Amy Norris. Actually, I'm going to be talking to an Amish person very soon here. I hooked up with somebody who knows some people in the Amish community. So that's one of my things that I wanted to do is talk to the Amish. I've got a lot of things that I want to do with the channel and with the North Dakota. What's going on? How do I know when the live streams are going to start? You don't. I just randomly, when I get done with my day, I start one. When I start missing you guys, I start one. And, it's been a busy day, actually. I last night recorded this morning's upload, went out and snowblowed 6 inches of snow. Got done with that at 2 a.m, went to bed, got up at 9:30, looked outside, said, oh my God. And I'm not getting a haircut. I don't need a haircut, but thanks. I appreciate that. Had to snowblow another 12 inches of snow and then record 3 videos for today, do this, and then record tonight's or tomorrow's upload. So I talked to my good friend Dark Waters today. Pete from Falmouth. Nice. I was actually just looking at houses in Cape Cod for sale. Talked to James Dark Waters tonight. Had an awesome conversation with him. It's been a busy week, though. My daughter turned 18 on the 1st. And ironically enough, a subscriber who I shared her experience the other day. Her birthday is the first. I'm going to be interviewing her tomorrow night. Tomorrow's upload is going to be pretty awesome. I think you guys will really, really like it. I compiled a lot of really good experiences and just really happy with the information that I'm going to be putting out there. What's going on, Sharon? Rob Santiago, how are you, my friend? Troy, thank you. It's glad to have you here, Wendy. Yeah, so we had fun. It's her 18th birthday, and I wanted to do something really special with her. So me, her, and my other daughter. God, I hate saying this, but we used my credit card, and I hate using credit cards, but we used a credit card to rent a hotel room. One of those, I guess, like it looks like a studio apartment almost. I was blown away when we got there, and I made sure that there was an area so I could record. I record when I do stuff like that too. And then, yeah, I got great credit, but I cringe when I use it, because it's just I don't know. I don't like owing people money, and that's owing the credit card company money. But we had a great time. We went swimming, and yeah, it was for a good cause. Had dinner. We did 2 nights there, and yeah, it's amazing. Thank you. This is actually from where I live, Lake George, New York. I got a couple of other things with Bigfoot on it too from Lake George. I keep looking for stuff with Dogman, but that's a cause that will not be. You're not going to find that too soon. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Kathy. Yeah, Dogman is hit or miss, Jim. No, it wasn't Bella. It was Abigail. Hey, Liz. Lance Landmark is here. What's up, brother? So yeah, we had a good time. Had some snow come, my youngest daughter, no worries. My youngest daughter missed the house. So we came home. We were going to stay 2 nights, but we stayed for a day and 3/4. We just didn't sleep. Holy shit, Larry, thank you very much, man. Wow. You guys blow me away. And I don't feel like I deserve it, but thank you very much. I'm just doing something that I love, I was talking to James today, Dark Waters, and we were talking about live streams and, the community as a whole. And I told him how much I love doing live streams because it's a connection. I have this connection with you guys, and it's worth it, just to visit with you, get to meet you guys more. I was in the middle of the week, and I was hyped up about doing the live stream. I was actually talking about Jim Baker, laughing about it with my eldest daughter, Abigail, because she watches my live streams. And we were shocked because this whole time, everybody thought Jim Baker was 90 years old, and no, he's not. Levi, I don't know what you're linked. I don't know. It was in my email. I'm not sure. Yeah, she is sensitive. She's very she's the one that had the Dogman encounter. And her boyfriend's the one that took the photo of the Dogman. She's very much into white, I guess, not witchcraft, but white witchcraft, better word for it. She's always, what's up, Thomas? She's always, what's going on, California? She's just very into like, gems and crystals and stuff. So she's a very sensitive person, but yeah. So, I got an interview coming up with a woman who has been a researcher for a while. And she is going to be on Monday morning. So, yeah. Did you see the short with the Dogman pick today? I don't know where you linked it, but if you linked it in here, I didn't see it, Levi. Why don't you just email it to me? And if it was a short on YouTube, chances are it's a fake. Unfortunately, there's so many fake things on YouTube. But, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, there is a lot, unfortunately. But yeah, so I'm really amped up about this week. I've got tomorrow morning's upload is going to be freaking awesome. Why do people don't know anything about Dogman? Because they're a cryptid and we don't have one in captivity. Well, the public doesn't, the government does. So how are we supposed to know? We only know what we see. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was like, they asked me why I share encounters on the channel and this and that. And I said, I have had an encounter. I know what I saw, and who am I to tell somebody they didn't see something? So yeah. Nathan, how are you? Nathan is 100% curious about Dogman and brand new to it. Well, stay here, my friend, and you'll learn with us. One thing, if you're new to Dogman, I want to give Nathan a welcome to the channel, welcome to the community. If you're new to Dogman, there's a lot of crap out there, okay? And I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to talk about people because drama is bullcrap. Go with your gut. Go with what you feel is real. And thanks, Levi. Go with what you feel is real. And Nico's here. Remember that there are a lot of people out there that put fake crap up. Don't fall for creepypasta. Don't fall for, these fake crazy photos. I really am starting to believe that a lot of these weird videos and weird photos are put in our community by moles. How about you guys? Do you feel like that? Like, you get this really like that great, yeah, they're plants, but I call them moles because they're called plants or moles as well. But do you they come out of nowhere. There was that video of that Dogman that was lying on its side. Supposedly it had been hit by a tractor trailer. Supposedly it had been killed by the Mexican army, and it was breathing really heavy, and then it died. I ended up finding the guy's Instagram that created it, and he was a special effects artist, and he didn't put it on the internet to have people be fooled. He put it on to display his work. And it was an amazing video. It was a very talented special effects guy, but it really confused a lot of people in the community. And it was just a whole bunch of craziness. Yeah. Um, I don't know about that. Hey, Felix, uh, Jim Baker, I'm not sure on that question. Hi from Dubai. Holy shit. Hello, how are you? Ontario? What's going on? That's crazy. Dubai and Canada. Jeff, a lot of snow here. Yeah, there's a lot of snow. I hate creepy pastas as well. You know, I used to feel like I used to like listening to them at one point when I thought they were real. You know, when I first joined the community, when I first started doing this, Vic is the man. Okay. Anyway, when I first started doing this, I was like, I'd hear an experience and I'd be like, is this real? And then you start to find out that they're not. And it's really disheartening for some people. But yeah, Gravity Cheeseburger. I actually just printed out your email that you sent me the other day, and about the Thunderbird, I believe. I've got it sitting on my desk. I'm going to be narrating it very soon here. So I just wanted to let you know that. Smoke Doper is here. What are you talking about? Creepypastas are based on true stories. No, they're not. They're fiction. They're I have a friend of mine, his name's Tobias Wade, and he writes creepypastas for a living. And none of them are based off of fiction. And if you heard them, you'd think they were real, but they're not. So creepypasta means creepy paste. It's just, well, I'm not going to argue with you, So I know what I know, you know what you think you know. Yeah, Thunderbird. It's an amazing story. I love Thunderbird stories too. I got a friend of mine who lives in Seattle, Washington. Um, I he is Salish Indian or Salish, and their native totem is the Thunderbird. Um, he's never had a Thunderbird experience. He's actually had like a water creature experience. I think they do attack humans every once in a while. Um, but I haven't really heard of too many. That's one thing you don't hear a lot of is Thunderbird experiences. Smoke Doper, he calling him a snitch. That's fucking hilarious. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. My buddy, I'll tell you a quick story. My buddy who lives in Washington, he grew up on the res up there, not in Seattle, but the Salish Reservation. Um, I believe he was at his aunt and uncle's house, and which is on the Pacific side, so the ocean is right there. He was hanging out at a fire. They were having a fire, and he kept hearing this like what sounded like a rock hitting this kind of like a wood shed. I'll explain Thunderbird in a moment. And he went to look for what the noise was. Um, Eventually, he looked at the area. Nothing was there. He walked away and heard it again. Walked away, heard it again. Then what he saw was a human-like figure, almost a bluish tone to its skin, and it ran down this embankment and jumped into the ocean, and that was it. He believes that it was a mer person or whatever. Thunderbirds are there's an interesting photo of one because I don't know if it's real or not, where a guy had or a group of Western people supposedly had shot it. Um, they're just huge birds, and hey, Jen, and they're supposedly when their wings flap when they're flying, it's the sound of thunder, hence Thunderbird, and they're said to block out the sun when they fly in the sky. So, T Neil, how are you? Good day from Australia. Well, Troy, I just said that, my friend. And it sucks because um, a lot of times people that we look at in this community, like there were actually people that researched dogmen. I know a few who were big into researching, and then this person started to narrate creepy pastas that had only cryptid involvement in them. Um, and then people started to believe these creepy pastas were true because he had done so many actual encounters from like you guys, and people were like, oh, he told us the truth a while ago, he must be telling us the truth now. So yeah, Nathan, a dogman is um it's a large bipedal cryptid that looks like a dog. Hocked legs, tail, pointed snout, large ears. They, from what research has shown us, they almost get off on terrifying people. There's been accounts of them killing people and ripping people to shreds. So you know dogmen all around the world. No, dogmen are all around the world. Danielson's, yeah, you're right. That channel is creepy pasta. All of it is. So yeah, except Hawaii. Yeah, exactly. Hawaii, the North and South Poles, um, certain Pacific islands and stuff like that. No, nothing. I haven't spoke with him. RH. No, I have not spoken to the Border Patrol agent. I've not heard anything from him. Um, I actually said I was not going to contact him until he contacted me. Yeah, there's no way in possible mountain monsters was pure false fiction, but it was a good show. Um, Louisiana. I don't do the howl at the beginning. That's a howl that is computer generated. Not frequented in North America per se. We just hear them in North America because, yes, there are cryptid hunters. We just hear about them in North America because we live in North America. It's easier for us to hear their experiences. I'm looking right now to get some experiences from Europe and stuff. We've had English encounters. There's a lot of stuff that just go on all over the world. The interview with the lady with her family leaving California is interesting. Oh, man, people showing up. Jody Cook or Jody the subscriber here. Jody Cook. I haven't spoke with him since 2 or 3 weeks ago. He is not well. Yeah, I did a video about why I don't play with Ouijas anymore. And Ouija is O-U. It starts with O-U, not Ouija. I have one Puerto Rican one encounter out of Puerto Rico. Apparently this guy was in the mountain area of it, and he was doing something. I think he was fishing, or like, I guess there's crabs or something in the fresh water up there, and he had seen something. I don't know. I texted Victor today to see how he was. Yeah, I don't play with those Ouija boards. Robert, I don't know. I've made a bunch of videos about why I don't, and apparently haven't heard them. What's up, Clayton? How are you? Yeah, it's pronounced Ouija, but it's not spelled Ouija, so it doesn't matter how it's pronounced. Yeah, witch board, exactly. No conference. I don't like conferences. Actually, me and Dark Waters were talking about that today. We were talking about these cryptid conferences, and because someone asked me if I would go to one this year, and I said no, I won't go to a. You guys are all spelling Ouija wrong. I won't go to a cryptid conference because, to me, it's a show. I like what I do here, and I don't need to go to some, forum and sit with other people that just want to, a lot of these people just want to be famous, and I just want to do this. I honestly don't care if I get more than 45,000 subs. I'd be happy with that. I never thought I would even get this big. I enjoy learning, and I enjoy hanging out with you guys. I enjoy the research that I do here. I don't think, I don't know. I might do a meet and greet someday to like meet, some of you guys. Like if I go, like when Belle, my oldest or youngest daughter, is, old enough to where I can just travel and, go state to state, I might say, hey, how are you? This and that, meet people. But, it's just, conferences have real researchers. No, not really. Not really. Because there was a Dogman conference last year and it was a bunch of BS. Thanks, Rose. I appreciate it. It's more or less, these conferences are these people who just have pissing contests. Who's the best researcher? No one's the best researcher. We're all learning from each other. So how is anybody better than another person? I'm not better than anybody. I just do what I do, and I love what I do. I don't know who that is, but I can tell you 100% that I learn more information from you guys on a daily than I do from a researcher. You know what I mean? You guys really are the core of the community. Like right here, we have a person from Dubai and a person from Canada, from Australia, all here, right? If any of your friends, if anybody has experienced anything, please email it to me. Robert, that goes for you. So I can talk to all of you guys, and like get an encounter from Central Florida, get an encounter from Humboldt, California, get an encounter from Ontario, and have all of these. The issue with conferences is a collaboration aspect instead of bouncing ideas off of each other. Larry just said it perfectly. Thank you, Larry. It's just Spokane, Washington. There's another one, I can get more information from you guys. So what's going on? Vic who? California. Vic Condiff? Oh, no, he's a hunter, and he'll say it himself. Eugene, Oregon. The paranormal channel. I have some horrific experiences. Please send them to me. I'm going to do it here. That's why I changed the name to Dogman and Paranormal Research. Because I'm fascinated with everything. I don't know how many of you guys have heard or seen me do the ghost, paranormal hunts, but I went to the Conjuring House and had a blast there. So actually, I had a subscriber from up that way in Malone, New York. He was a logger, and he had some crazy, crazy stuff. John, I'm glad I can keep you company on your long drives. Yeah, he has knowledge, but he's not an expert, and he'll tell you that, right? Because he doesn't know anything except the hunt. He's not a scientist. He doesn't know the science of it. No, nothing else from the Border Patrol agent again. No. Like I said a little while ago, you probably just popped in, Juliana, but I told him that I would not contact him until Nathan Escobar. I was contacted by a Border Patrol agent. He witnessed some crazy stuff going on, and he had a shooting altercation with a Dogman. And now 2 of his coworkers are dead, and he is no longer in the country. There's an upload in the channel. Peter, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I really, really do. Yeah, the Jen Ray just said something that thanks, Nico. Bigfoot does disappear. They go invisible. The Russian, there's a write-up, a female Russian scientist had written an article, a large article about her research and what happened during her research. Now, it happened in Russia, so it was privately funded, and her and a bunch of fellows went out into the woods to study Bigfoot and what they do, what they, how they disappear, how they can camouflage, how they can do this and that. And all of a sudden the Russian army, the not the army, the whatever government figured out what she was doing and pretty much took over the scientific study. They didn't contribute any money to it. So it was then a government, it was run by the government. And then the information she wanted to share publicly was taken over by the Russian government and privately used for military technology. Pretty much what the Russian army did was, this woman's looking at Bigfoot and their camouflaging ability and their cloaking. Let's take that information and use it for wartime, Yeah, Kunbo is very knowledgeable. Very, very knowledgeable, man. Dark Waters' map is a migration map. It's a map that he constructed of his theory on them migrating. A great friend of mine, like I said, we talked earlier today, and there's a lady Dark Waters interviewed, and she has clear photos on her channel. He believes they migrate with the seasons. I don't believe they migrate. I believe they travel and follow the food. I think they're opportunistic, like, a lot of the native tribes used to do. They would travel. That's why teepees, when, Southwestern native would use teepees, because they could collapse them, put all their stuff on that, and travel and go where the food is. Hey, Forensic, how are you? So, yeah, I mean, they definitely do move. I just don't think there's a migration pattern, Not so much, Jim. It really doesn't. There's some of the things do, but all those maps map up, it's Dark Waters' map was constructed by him. Politis's map really matches up with the map of the Dumbs, if you really look at it and think about it. Thanks, DH. Good evening, Rockin' Steady. How are you? Pups, holy shit. Thank you very much. You guys are blessing me tonight. I really, really appreciate it. I really, really do. Thank you so much. I don't know. I think Dogman are opportunistic. I don't think they stay in one place. I think that what's the most compelling evidence of a Dogman in your opinion? Name it, Border Patrol agent, and all of a sudden I get the information on my lap. He pretty much puts it on my lap, tells me the exact location. I share you guys the location, kind of, what he could tell, what I could share. And then all of a sudden there's proof of 2 Border Patrol agents dead. Tony Aaron's Amber Miller, Colorado, Meeker, Colorado. There are a lot of them. And I really hate when people are like, you know, I go in the woods all the time and I never see a dog man. Well, you go in the woods and how often do you see a bear? You know, they're there and they hide. What question hang on one second. Jeff, how many people who reach out to you are legit or hoaxers? Do you decide? No, I don't decide. Yeah, John, they are. I've had an upload about the attacks of the homeless and drug addicted. But that was a good question about how do I decide if someone's hoaxing me or not? I don't, because the only experience that I know is real is the one I had. I wasn't with you guys when you had your experience. And hey, Krista, I wasn't with you guys when you had your experience. So I don't know if you're telling me the truth. I'm going off of, I'm hoping that you're telling me the truth. But there is no way of truly vetting somebody without being there. Yeah, that movie, the new Predator Prey, that was a badass movie. I like that movie. I've heard adults cry. I've heard a grown man who was in tears with me one night because of his experiences. And this is a guy who really, lived a life. His actual wife had committed suicide because of experience they had together. They split up. Thanks, Rochelle. I appreciate that. You guys really are blessing me tonight. This gentleman had a couple of experiences, and his wife they split up, and his wife ended up committing suicide, and it was a friggin' tragedy. Would you guys like to hear a little bit of that story, or no? Yeah, I mean, here, Jim Baker, I get locations, names, and this and that, but if someone asks me not to share, I don't share. I have, once again, I don't care for the person, and I honestly think he's out for money, but that's my decision. He brought an amazing subject to our knowledge, but other than that, no. So anyway, the experience in North Carolina. This gentleman was a police officer at one point in his life. He was a patrol officer, and he was young. I think it was like his first couple of months on duty, and they had to go to this old decrepit house out in the woods. And they went to this house. The cops would go to the house, and it was part of their nightly routine. They'd check the area, make sure there was no kids partying there, and this and that. Well, one night he went there, and there were these canine-like. Julia, thank you so much. Is that a euro? Sweet. So he saw these dogmen. They were in the building. They were in the house. And he knew at that point that no kids were going there to party. He was there to make sure that these creatures weren't killing people, And he then, as his life progressed, he ended up buying a large swath of property in rural North Carolina, and these creatures would really mess with him. One night, him and his wife he had a deck off the side of his house. So the deck was here, and he had another kind of deck off to the side where he had his barbecue grill. And the kitchen window was here. So his wife could hand him stuff through the window to barbecue. And he then would, cook his steaks. Well, they were cooking steaks one night, and he had turned to say something to his wife in the window. Her face was shock. And there's this Dogman standing in the yard. He's separated by the deck and stuff, but it's right there. He goes in. They end up splitting up because of that incident. It caused a lot of strife in her life. I don't think it was the steak. I don't think they like steak. I think it was more or less it smelled food. And then, have you recorded this already, Jeff? Yes, I have. If you email me, Larry, I will link it for you. I'll send you the link to it if you email me. So anyway, they split up. She moves to Arizona. She was never the same after that experience. It's common knowledge that once someone has an experience, they either become like us, super, I want to know everything I can about these things, or they become a shut-in. And that's what she became. She ultimately ended up ODing. She was never on drugs prior. She never touched drugs. She ended up getting into drugs and ODing. And he believes that she OD'd. She was ultimately on drugs because of the experience and OD'd because of it. He had seen this. His home was, just bombarded with dogmen. One of his dogs was attacked. There was a dogman in a tree one evening. Thank you, Julia. Again, holy cow. And never heard me say what. It was just, and then one time we were talking, and he had talked about this dogman, and it looked sick. And it was the one that attacked his dog. And he was so upset and embarrassed that he didn't want to admit that he had urinated on himself. And I said, dude, that's nothing to be embarrassed about. He was crying, a 68-year-old man crying to me. And I'm just like, don't be embarrassed. It was just a tragedy. And no, he wasn't drunk, and don't be an asshole. He really had time with it, and he was a wonderful guy. And he still is not the same. He ended up having to sell his property, and he moved far away from where he lived. He sold the majority of his stuff and just left it all, because of this. He actually, one of the better pictures I have of a dog man is from him. I can't show it to you via the phone, but maybe I can. His name is Lewis. Many of you may remember him. And it's a friggin' tragic case, and it's sad because he's such a wonderful person. So, these things really mess people up, and it's not cool. And to hear an old guy like him cry, was just, I don't know. Hey, what's up, 38 Super? So, yeah. Anyway, now that depressing story, because it's depressing, truly a tragic moment. Yes, Troy. I my one crutch is coffee and vaping. Juul. It's my only crutch. I can't stand cigarettes. I used to smoke cigarettes, and now I cannot stand the smell of them. Jeff, do you think there are more than one species of Bigfoot? I don't think they're species. That'd be like saying, here's something that I want you to think about. Like people are like, oh, Anna, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so I look different than you. You look different than me. Why can't a Bigfoot look different than another Bigfoot? There may be, like, if some come out of portals or if this or that, but I truly believe that I don't know. I don't think there are variants or anything. I think there are different, like people, different, I guess. What's up, Mike Spano? My cat just dragged in a baby mole. Different races. Yes, Jim Baker. One time, I'll never forget this. My friend, his lived out in the country, and his mom had this big, it was like this. It wasn't a Maine Coon like my cat, but it was a big cat, and it was an asshole. It was mean, and it dragged in in the middle of the night. It dragged in a raccoon. It had killed a raccoon, dragged it in, and left it in the kitchen for her to find in the morning. It was crazy. What's up, Steph? How are you? I want to let you know, Stephanie, I narrated your encounter. It will be up tomorrow morning. Stephanie's one encounter that I narrated. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be mad? She was freaked out. She was freaked out. Coon dog? No, I have a Maine Coon cat. No, a cat killed a raccoon. Yes, Chad, very good. Yes. But they're not a species. They're the same. They look the same, like a beagle is a dog and it looks different than a golden retriever. They're still the same species. Yeah, we're about, someone said 77. I got 171 likes and 281 people here. Oh, it's freaking hot as hell in my room. Hang on. Hey, how are you, Ronita? What is a Maine Coon? It's a cat. He looks like a bobcat. Thank you, Rockin' Steady. Be safe, man. Be safe on that porch. My cat, he's laying in his recliner. He has a recliner that he sleeps in. It's his recliner. He just chills out all day in that thing. He weighs about close to 30 pounds. He's a monster. He was here last live stream I did. He came in to visit. Subspecies, I don't know, maybe. He is a gentle giant. He is. He literally is my best friend. Besides my two daughters, he's my best friend. I don't smoke cigarettes. I just said that. Used to work for the railroad, taxi driver in Tennessee. The guys on the trains would tell me about Bigfoot. I had a guy from Louisiana that was, he had talked. No, I don't speak at conferences. We literally just talked about a half an hour ago or 20 minutes ago, pups. I just don't do it. It's not something that I'm into. Nothing against anybody. I think if I'm going to meet, no, he's not overweight. That's a normal weight for him. If I'm going to meet people or talk to people, I want to do it without other people. I think these conventions are just, to me, not to you guys, or, I don't know how you feel, but to me, it feels like, you've got just, I don't know. It's not like a regular convention because, it's cliquish. This community's cliquish and I don't like it. That's why I don't do anything with other researchers. I don't like to, I just do me. Yeah, my Maine Coon cat, he's young still, so he's going to get bigger. I look different. My hair grew out. Yes, Kirk will come back. Kirk and I really hit it off. That's a painting a subscriber had painted for me. Kirk Stokes and I really hit it off that night. He really had gotten taken advantage by the community prior to now, and it was, you get crapped on too much, and he just didn't want to do anything anymore. He was mistreated. A lot of his research was, discredited because it didn't agree with what other people thought. And, so it's just, it's crappy, but yeah, he's back. I really enjoyed talking to Kirk, and he was good. And I'm glad that you're back, my friend. No, Kurt. Oh, hammered. Like he wasn't drinking. Like, yeah, he got railed on hard by people. Really took advantage of him. That was that was from like early around 2015, sometime around that video is. Yeah, I had a great time talking to him. I was a little nerved when he complimented me. I didn't know how to take it, but it was fun. Where to read my story, my experience, you mean, Valerie? The wear kittens look cool. My tattoos, I have a couple. Just, I don't know. I don't like tattoos that much. I don't like showing them. I get embarrassed with my tattoos. What happened to Kirk? He was just mistreated by the community. A long time ago, the community was a lot different than it is now. People would just, if you, let's say, Anna, let's say you're the one that asked the question. So let's say you had an opinion on something and it differed than my opinion, right? I would have my friends like say, "Oh, she's bull crap. She's this, she's that." And it was just really bad. Me and James Dark Waters were talking about it actually tonight and how bad he was treated. Yeah, ego battles. Thank you. What's up, Smokey the Bear? I'm feeling good. My accident is done. My headaches had gone away for a while. I made an announcement that the headaches finally stopped hurting. My neck stopped hurting. I feel better. Okay, no one will answer me. Jeff, keep on doing it. Well, I asked you, Valerie, I asked you if you were talking about my experience. I don't know. You might not have heard me. Good evening, Mr. C. How are you? That's good, Jeff. What's good? I might have missed you. I'm sorry. I don't know. Mothman, Owlman. Could be. I think it's just a name, it's a flying creature. So I'm not really sure. Apparently Jim Baker does, because now Jim Baker has become the Owlman expert. Oh, my health. Yes. Thank you. I'm sorry. I appreciate that, Deborah. Can I ask if Trump knows about Dogman? I guess maybe. I did a couple Goatman experiences. Smokey Bear, the bear or whatever. Rochelle, thank you very much. Jeez, I'm crow. Yes, people have seen a creature that looks like a cat down in Mexico. Yes, he did say he knew. My birthday is in September. Owlman is just an expression for a creature that flies. A lot of them have been seen flying in Chicago. There's been multiple accounts of them. So I don't know if they got that goat man. I know the one I know the one that you're talking about, Mike. But I don't know. The Alaska Triangle. It's I believe that's what in the Valley of the Headless Souls or whatever. Brujas. Bruja is a witch. They don't fly. It's a Mexican brujeria. It's like a Mexican witchcraft. That's where that comes from. My birthday is the 16th of September. The Anunnaki. I don't know. I'm fascinated with it, but I don't know. No, I'm a Virgo. Like what is it? The Sumerian, text and stuff like that. It's very interesting to me as well. It's not an Amish guest. It's a friend of mine that knows. Brujeria is an awesome band. Holy shit. Someone actually knows that band. There was an old song by Bruharia called Peter Wilson. It was the greatest song ever. Oh, you're Amish? You mean, are you not Amish anymore? The guy in California. Yeah, I talk to him periodically. He messages me, rockin' steady. Holy crap, again? Thank you. I don't think Biden knows much of anything. You grew up Amish in Pennsylvania? Okay, in India. Any more sightings of the Loveland Frogman? No, no. I don't know, Smokey the Bear. How many have you? I've never had Amish food. I have a coffee table that was built by the Amish that was constructed out of barrels, old barrels. Yeah, there are dogmen in New York. There's been multiple sightings. That's where I live. I live in New York and had an encounter. You make Amish bread. Oh, the warlock. Okay. We have a warlock in the thing? Did I miss it, Smokey? There was a dogman experience in Shelter Island in New York at one time too. Oh my god, Yono. Are they dangerous, the dogmen? Yeah, yeah. Amish salsa? Damn, I'm missing out everything. I want Amish salsa. Are the Amish dangerous? Dude, I bet you they are. I bet you they can mess people up. Yes, there are dogmen in LA. Yeah, there's an encounter in Shelter Island in New York. I narrated it a while ago. It was a really crazy experience. A girl had actually in it. It had let her. It didn't harm her. Dogmen eat humans. Yeah, they've killed humans. Heck yeah, I love Bruharia. Mike Patton from Faith No More. No, it was Roddy Bottom from Faith No More produced one of their albums, Rochelle, I believe. And I think Jesse, yeah, what wasn't one of the guys from fucking Fear? Oh my god, my brain just went dead. Fear Factory. Fear Factory was in it too, I think. Just think of a dog, man. MJ Bates, thank you so much. You guys are really blessing me this evening. I really appreciate it. I really, honestly. The Amish Mafia. That show was badass. I don't care. Amish Mafia show was awesome. I should go to bed. Then someone says something that makes me laugh. I gotta stay. Dogman in LA and in Louisiana, both. Dogmen are 6 to 8 feet tall sometimes. Amish Mafia was a TV show, and it was pretty awesome. Levi, there was a Manatite, or I forget the name. He was like a German Amish. It was a pretty awesome show. No, the Amish don't grow 6 to 7 feet, Jim Baker. Simmer down now. Dogmen definitely are eating the homeless. Mennonite, that's what it was. Thank you, Joni. Their construct sucks. The Amish, my coffee table from the Amish is awesome. Chad Howell, thank you. Jesus, you guys are. What are your thoughts on why government agencies are trying to cover up these encounters? Great question. People have talked about why they cover up these things. Like maybe it would hurt the paper industry, maybe it would hurt tourism. I think it's a much darker aspect to it. I think the government really doesn't want us to know that they exist for the simple fact that they have a sinister plan with them. Especially, yes, Lebanon Levi, yes. Especially, once the Border Patrol agent shared his experience with us, I really now think that the government has something up their sleeve with them. It's truly, but I think, tourism and stuff like that, Dogman is in every state except Hawaii. Exactly, Liz. The Super Soldier program, like I said, something darker, than just tourism and paper. There's something darker to the fact that they're using these things for a reason. I've got with woman and baby to save the Dogman from a Dogman. The story I did today, Blake, is that what you're talking about? What's up, Dave? Dogmen, all right, guys, dogmen are in every state except Hawaii, honestly. Did you ever hear the story of Joe Rogan near the Triangle of Marijuana where the guy was ripped apart by a Bigfoot? That was a TV show, and it was a bull crap story. The TV show led everyone on like it was going to be amazing, and it was just BS. It was actually a marijuana triangle, and it was stupid. I do believe that the people that are missing in Humboldt County in California majority of them are killed by cryptids, but then some are because of the drug and shit like that. Robert, I just said that simple fact. It's a darker aspect, and they're using them against us. So hence Super Soldier program. Heard a story of the government filming inmates in a room with a Dogman. I had a guy on here that actually had that story. What's up, Dave? Yeah, Josh and Susan Powell. Yes. Never heard of Dogman in UK? No, there's a lot of them in the UK. I've got a subscriber from Scotland that have had. There was an an attack in Scotland just recently last year where a woman was torn apart. There's the my brain just went dead. Someone help me out. The Dogman that's old stinker or something like that. In UK in 79. Holy crap. Can you email me, Archie? because I would really love to hear that. Tim, thank you so much. Wow, you guys really are like blessing me this evening, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. The one that was shimmering. Yes, yes, yes. That's a crazy video. Old Stinker. Thank you. I knew I did you ever hear the story of Dogman smoking cigarettes on the side of the road? I had a guy who said he smoked a joint with a Dogman once. Claws are still in the wooden door. What? Did I miss something? I saw a black hyena running with coyotes in South Louisiana. It freaked me out. Holy shit, Frank Baker. Yeah, I bet you it would freak you out. So Archie, you are going to email me. All right, thank you. If you need my email, I'll put it in the bottom. Just tell me you need it. Doji dude, what are you talking about? I must have missed it. What about these talking dogmen? Yeah. Werewolves of Humboldt. I do believe that there are dogmen, werewolves, Bigfoot in Humboldt County, the Emerald Triangle. I will, Frosty. I never really got into Clutch too much, but I'll listen to him. At this point, he's probably not going to, Virgil. Wow, there's a lot of comments. I'm trying to keep up with it. I'm sorry, guys, for the. Is the Gugwee a cross between Sasquatch and pure Dogman? No, I think the Gugwee is what we refer to as a werewolf here. Gugwee is a Micmac term. Just like all these pretentious channels, and I'm not trying to offend anybody. So really quick, like I think that these channels that want to think that or seem like they're more important or smarter use terms like Gugwee. It's a Micmac name, or Sabe. It's a Native American name for these creatures. It doesn't mean anything other than Bigfoot, werewolf, dogman. They're names that have been used for hundreds and hundreds of years. Words that were used before white, Caucasians were even in this country. Jeff, can Dogman swim underwater? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I only eat Rougarou sauce with my creepy pasta. Well, I hope it tastes wonderful. I think talk about folklore, big black wolf in the Bipene, smoking a joint. Have you ever heard of? No, I've never heard of that, Joseph, but I will look into it. Thank you. Yeah, Wendigo is not a creature, but yeah, I appreciate that, Clayton. I've said that multiple times. It's part of my heritage. Jesus, Jim Baker got started. You had to start it, didn't you, Clay? Jim, it's not a dinosaur. God damn it. I'm pretty sure Dogman can swim. There was a subscriber that shared a story. Her husband's father died on a river. Here, I'll just share the experience real quick. So the husband and wife, and they lived, I forget exactly where, it was set down south somewhere, and the father had seen dogmen and kept telling the wife and the husband, his son and his wife, about these things, and they didn't believe him. They thought he was going crazy and had dementia. So one evening, the husband went to check on his dad and saw that he was not at home, went down and checked on his boat by a dock. And he was dead. Well, he looked across the water. No, he was in the water on his boat, and he felt something tug the boat, and then he looked across and saw red eyes. So I'm sure they do swim. I don't know. I think there are mermen. I really do. New sub, Joe. You guys got dumped on upstate. Yes, we did, Joseph. We definitely got dumped on. At the beginning of the upload, I was talking about how we got 16 inches close to it. Would I ever go to the LBL? Yeah. I think the LBL is overplayed, to be honest with you. I think people focus on an account that happened in the 80s, and the mystery of it. You know, I did a bunch of uploads about the LBL. Dark Waters brought a lot of you here. I don't think he'll bring most of you back. Dark Waters didn't bring a lot of people here. I brought people here myself. 80 degrees, geez, I'm in South Alabama. Dark Waters didn't do anything. I think Yo said something like Dark Waters brought people to my channel. Dark Waters makes stuff up and believes it. No, he doesn't. Dark Waters is a legit researcher. He dedicates his life to these creatures and has. And speaking of Dark Waters, there he is. Everyone, welcome Dark Waters to the channel. Thank you, Larry Hart. I was actually just talking about you and talking about how we had spoken earlier, and people had asked if I do conventions, and I said, you know, it's not something that I'm into. Jim Baker, I really don't think so. There was thunder just 20 minutes before got dumped on. Wow, you had a thunder snowstorm. That's crazy. Would you share my encounter? Yeah, I'll share my encounter. Joseph, I did a video about the Dogman underwater like 2 months ago. It was I don't know what it is. I don't think it's a Dogman. I think it's Ogopogo. It to me it does look like a Dogman, but I don't think it is. I just noticed you were doing a live. Hey Nicole, how are you? All right, so my encounter. The year was 1994. Me and my friends were hanging out. We were in a cul-de-sac, fresh houses being built, 6 of them. And we were just chilling out, hanging out, listening to music. We were listening to Biohazard. My friend was driving a blue Cutlass. He was in the driver's seat. My girlfriend, my friend, and his girlfriend were outside. We were just hanging out. We weren't drinking. We weren't smoking weed. We were smoking ciggies, just being kids, and we heard this weird shriek, and the girls screamed out vampire, and I don't know why they screamed out vampire, but they did. And good night, brother. Much love to Dark Waters. Thank you for stopping in. I truly appreciate your support. And I'll talk to you sometime this week. So anyway, I look down into the woods off to the side and I see eye shine at different heights. And at one point, they were like 3 feet from the ground to 7 to 8 feet from the ground. All of a sudden, they're in front of us. My friend Martin, who is Czechoslovakian, sounded like a miniature Arnold Schwarzenegger, says, "Jeff, get in the car." Get in the car, and we pull out. And as we're pulling out, this creature is on the side of the road to the left of us. Years go by, and I don't talk to him. Well, that's not all. We go back the next day, my friend Martin and I, and we drive in, and the guy who is the foreman of the site asks, "What the hell are you guys doing here?" Because he thought we were, robbing or something, doing something shitty. And so we said we were looking for his dog. Well, he said, "That's crazy. We heard a dog fighting in the woods last night before we left for the night." And that was the night that we had our experience. Years go by, and I end up talking to the driver of the car, Gabe, and he tells me that as he's in the car changing the song, he looked down the road for some reason, like 30, 40 seconds before the screech, and he saw two of these creatures cross the road. And it was that was what changed my whole perception of the world. Her birthday was awesome, was completely awesome. Thank you for asking. I wonder how Sasquatch and Dogman are surviving in San Bernardino Mountains currently. I don't know. Yeah, it didn't sound like, here, I'll put my email in. That sound of a woman screaming, it did kind of resemble that, but I only imagine a woman getting murdered would sound much worse. Just my opinion, but I don't know. I've never heard a woman getting murdered. That's my email for the person that just asked it, Attila. I do believe they do use. What's up, Brian? I do believe they use sewers and stuff to travel. I think that they use waterways, anything that's accessible to them. Ah, cool, Smokey. Thank you. Not even I'm good coming from my hometown. I had a positive encounter with a wolf bigger than my car. Well, I'd love to hear that, Jesse. Dogmen are fast, William. Yes. Just, okay, William, picture movies that you've seen about these creatures and put a spin of reality to it. That's pretty much what you're dealing with. Denver, no, I won't. That's too personal for me, and that's kind of a really obscure question to ask. No, it's 114 where I'm at. Supernatural or paranormal? I don't know, honestly. I think they can be both. Uh, Jen, I think they do. I mean, we've heard these strange sounds. You know, people have recorded these strange sounds from like Georgia and stuff like that. And you know, you hear coyotes howling, and then you hear um something that resembles like a jungle in South America or Africa. You know, something that's just not supposed to be in our country. So yeah. Yeah, it's 114 in upstate New York, brother. What I saw did not resemble Van Housing or anything from the underworld. It looked like it didn't belong on this planet. It had a muzzle, but it was the strangest thing I've ever seen. Are we almost done being Big Ben here? How do time zones work on Earth? Let me see if I have this video here. I used to have here it is. This was from Georgia. Can you guys hear that? You hear that other thing in the background that just sounds like that's not a bear. West NYC. No, it's definitely not normal. And that was from a subscriber out of Georgia. They were having a bonfire one night and they heard that and she recorded it. She had seen a bunch of other crazy stuff out there. So mellow yellow. Sure, glad I have no intention in camping again. I don't drink beer. Jeff, have you heard of any other positive encounters? Um, a couple. Denver, it's a rare illness. I don't like talking about it. I recovered. I shouldn't have recovered, and I don't like talking about it. I almost died and left my daughters dadless, so it's something I don't talk about. one out of like 500,000 have what I have. So you don't like mellow yellow? I had a crazy encounter. I have no clue what the hell it was. Joseph, email it to me, please. I want to hear it. Thank you, Jen. A couple of banshee encounters. Something that I've really not, not too familiar with. I found Mellow Yellow today in the store, and they have a whole new logo. It was pretty cool. I was like, oh shit. Why are all the pictures of Dogman? I think the pictures that we get from Dogman and Bigfoot are like that because they have the ability to cloak and or travel through portals. So it would mess with the photography, whether it be, oh, you found Dark Waters through my channel? Holy shit. Thank you, man. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I think that's why we don't have a great picture. William, I don't think they are genetic mutations because they've been around for hundreds of thousands of years, I guess. I mean, there's rumors of when the land bridge from Russia to Alaska existed. I've heard rumors of them crossing that land bridge with the native people. They're not created. I don't think they're created. I think they're manipulated by the government now, but I don't think they're created. Could be tied in with angels that have fallen. I'm not sure. See, that's the thing is we don't know. Saint Christopher was a dogman. You say it like you know that 100%, but we don't. I actually thought about interviewing a Orthodox priest and asking him about that. When you see these things, for some reason, it makes you want to learn more about them. Yes, actually. Yeah, exactly. How would the government be able to control them? How does the government control you? Manipulation, chips. Little Orphan Andy. Actually, I talked about them being orcs. There was a hang on 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. This is very interesting. There's an article. There's an article about a book that was written, and there are no true experts. That's exactly true, except Jim Baker. Jim Baker. All right, so this is an article that I found, and I have shared it before. It's about a book that was written by a great researcher, and Van Drimeny is his last name. But the main thing is it says, when orcs were real, the ancient struggle for Homo sapiens to rule the earth. Every human culture, this was written by an archaeologist / anthropologist. Every human culture has believed in the existence of other beings, monstrous humanoids, sapient but inhuman. They have gone by different names: boogeyman, bugbear, cyclops, giant, ogre, oni, troll, yeti, dogman. But they are feared lurkers in the shadows, threats to the clan, tribe, hearth. Dungeons and Dragons didn't create these monsters, and despite ongoing controversies, they don't represent anything modern. Humanity's legendary heroes have been fighting these monsters since time immemorial. And then it goes on to talk about facts of Neanderthal resembling a dogman, actually resembling a werewolf more or less, with a muzzle they can see in the dark and stuff like that. Don't hear much about vampires. No, we don't. We really don't. Libra 84. My uncle was in one of those movies, actually. He was the undersheriff in the Tom Mezek case and was filmed in The Hunted. And he was the reason why I have no care for that person who created him. They were here before our government was even formed. Yeah, they were. No, William. According to the person who shared that experience with us, no, Rascal is not alive. I think Dogman know where some sort of. Yep, very true. You scratch Dogman's belly and he'll love you forever. Squatch Topic PA, hey there. What's a troglodyte? A troglodyte is a caveman, a feral human being. They do say giants exist in Antarctica. Admiral Byrd supposedly had seen some. Good night, Mike Spano. Have a lovely evening. Tell people about St. Christopher. I don't know. I know what you know. There's images portrayed of him as a dog-like human being, and then there's images of him portrayed that he's not. I think that possibly he might have helped a dog man at one point and just been portrayed like that. I don't know. Giants are very real. Very real. Liz, our friend Liz Sisney here, actually got me a whole bunch of books from Stephen Quayle and Thomas Horn. And I had spent hours reading those about giants and stuff like that. I agree with you, JJ. I don't know how to say Jill. I don't know how to say your name, but I do agree with you. Last name Janjis. I don't know how to say your first name. Julja Janis. Julja Janis. I agree with Jeff. Well, thank you, Truth. But we can't ignore the work that he did, you know? The work is unbelievable. It's truly shaped the community in a way that we are now too. Who would I need to start a channel together, Jeff? Who would I need to? I don't know what that means, Brian. Who would I need to start a channel with? Yourself? I don't know. I to collaborate with, I don't know. I never collabed when I started. I just started my channel and I have been doing it since. Youngstown. I mean, what would I need to start? Oh, a mic and a Gmail account. No news on Andrew Dawson. No new news. Various Dogman Howl recordings posted on YouTube. I don't know, Mer. Did you hear the one that I just shared? Um, some are fake, some are not. I don't really, honestly, I don't know. Julia, okay. No, Victor is not doing the book anymore. Brian, I just get a mic, get a Gmail account, and you have a YouTube. You already have a YouTube channel right now. You can start uploading. You just need to do the research. Just don't copy me. Really do, like, I mean, if you're going to do it constructively on what you have, you know, for you. You had an X-rated dream about a dog man. Thank you, DH. Oh, wow. Is it on the hub? Rochelle, thank you so much. It was horrific. I can imagine that gives a whole new concept to bestiality, Libra. That's like cryptosexuality or some shit like that. Please don't pee yourself. Then you'd have to change your undies. I just shared the encounter just a moment ago, Mer. I literally, if you go back later and watch this video, it'll be in the live part of my channel. You can hear it. I literally just shared it. I swear on everything. If you had come in like 10 minutes earlier, you would have heard it, brother. Or if you're a guy or a girl, I don't know, person. I don't want to offend anyone. No news regarding Philip. Just accept what I shared with you guys when everything went down. Um, when these attacks and these strange things that are in the paper that I look at happen, they close quickly. So it's um, there's hardly any ever new news in them. Are dogmen very strong? Yes. If you're attracted to a Bigfoot, would you call it? Probably. Probably. There is a weird. Okay, so there's an encounter that Tim Baker told me about. Not Jim Baker, but Tim Coonbo Baker. And he had shared a. Yeah, there's an bronze snake. There's an account of Alexander meeting dogmen. So anyway, back to that. Tim Baker told me this experience, and he told me about the real story. So apparently, there was this couple at Lover's Lane, and they were in their car or outside of their car, and they were getting it on, and a couple of Bigfoot had come into the area, killed the guy, and assaulted the woman. But that's not how the story went. What really happened was the couple were getting it on. The Bigfoot came in, grabbed the guy, and assaulted him, killed him while assaulting him. And the woman lived. She's still alive. She doesn't live in the country anymore. And that is all from Tim Coonbo Baker's mouth to my ears. A very strange experience. And, it was this whole time I thought it was the opposite way. But it was the other way. And I could never imagine that happening. That's just crazy. Yes, Jim Baker, busted cheeks. It is definitely life-changing, savage lunatic. Good morning, Donut. I'm glad we could be here with you. I read about that Alexander the Great thing a couple of years ago. I don't know if it's true or not. It was on Facebook. But I mean, Zach, you're absolutely right. Yes, Dogman claws are sharp, William. It was just one of those little things on Facebook. I don't know how much to believe things on Facebook, but it's just that. It does sound like Bigfoot was jealous. You know what they say about big feet, right? A lot of Alberta stories, my friend. Yes. Yep. They're listening. One of them is. No, it's big feet, I thought. Have you, Jim? Have I had encounters? Yep. And I just shared it. I started the channel because I had encounter, and I just shared it about 10 minutes ago. If you re-listen to this, it will you'll be able to hear it. If it was so traumatic, I wouldn't say it was so traumatic. I never said it was traumatic. I said it was mind blowing and got me thinking. And just people have the majority of people who see these and experience a cryptid encounter become completely fascinated with them. No Sasquatch encounters. Since I was 17, Squatch Topic PA. So we're coming up on 30 years because I'm gonna be 46 this year. Holy shit. What's up, TW? Kirk Stokes is a researcher, not a storyteller. Yeah, I have big feet. I would have to agree with the concept of big feet. Big feet, big hands, big shoes, big gloves. Boom, bada boom. Anyone heard of a town, Washington called Spokane? Yeah, watched an interview of a man who said there's a vampire. I think I know that. I read that. I heard of that one. Do Dogman run in packs? Yes, they do. They usually are not in packs, but like threes, maybe fours. They run with coyotes a lot. Ignoring my question, when are your daughter and her boyfriend going to come on? And they're not. Unless she wants to. I don't know. She's never offered to, so I'm not gonna ask her to. She can, if she wants to share, she can share. If she doesn't, she doesn't. I remember 46. My daughter had an encounter in a cemetery. There's a cemetery in my town that is absolutely huge. It's acres of land. I did a video on that, and I brought my camera down there. It's huge. There's ponds in there. There's a huge stream. There's lots of crazy stuff. They saw a dog man one night. They were sitting down by a pond doing what 17, 18-year-old kids do, hanging out with each other, and they saw the silhouette of a dog man, and it just scared the shit out of all of them. And they then her boyfriend had taken a picture of one outside, black and white, because it was nighttime. Yeah, I do believe dogmen use trees as a way of travel. I don't think they use them as a means of travel, but if they want to jump out at somebody or surprise attack somebody, they will. Yeah, stalk, more or less. I don't know why they're seen in cemeteries. I think it's just a place of comfort to them, and I don't know if they're if they, I've heard of stories from a Native American guy that I know in Maine, and he was talking about some tribal land. There's some mounds up there, and a couple of dogmen had been seen there, and he feels like it was protecting that land. But there's no really explanation of why they like it there so much. I had a subscriber that had an encounter. I think it was in Indiana, and it was actually digging a grave up to get a body. Squatch topic. Here's my email. That's my email, my friend. Please, I'd love to see them. Yeah, I think there would be battles, you know. How do you sleep at night, Jeff? LOL. I don't know a lot. I sleep good because I'm always up, so I very seldom sleep. I sleep like 4 hours a night. Yeah, Robert. Yes, they use. Yeah, I'm not new to this. I know that. It's right in my name. Where my name is. Yo, no. If you look up, it's up in there. nadolny.m.jeff@gmail.com. I have a picture of something really strange. There was a truck driver from Ohio, and he had been parking a truck, a rig truck, a big rig, and parked it. And there was a dogman supposedly on the roof of the building. Kent in the UK. I'd love to go to the UK. I would love to definitely go to Britain or the United Kingdom. That'd be sick. I don't think I'd live there, but no, there are dogmen in California, Mer. Yeah, exactly, Amber. Yep. Libra 84, can you clear this up for Smokey the Bear? Do you brush your teeth? I believe you do. What do you think is going on in the universe? Like, why are these cryptids? Why the cover up? They've been here. I think cryptids have been here longer than humans existed. And the cover up is because the government are using them for tools. I'm tempted to leave my info in here in open, but here, Yono, do you want my email? Is that what you're asking for? I'm going to put it in real quick. All right. I'm typing it in right now, so look for it. I'm going to hit enter in 1 second. Bam. There it is, Yono. The Serpent Mound. I definitely want to see that place. John Boy, what's up? What about reptilians? They scare the shit out of me. Awesome, Zach. I appreciate that. I'd love to see it or read it. Maybe I'll have you on if you want to come on. And you saw the serpent mounds? Steph, the last time I talked to Steph, he was doing good. I really want to interview someone that has, I had Laura Eisenhower on here once. She's an amazing person, full of knowledge, but I want to find out. Yeah, I know. I've heard of David. My friend Sean Atwood. I don't know if you guys know who Sean is. Sean's got a channel with like 800,000 subscribers. He's supposed to be getting me in touch with David so I can talk to him sometime soon. But anyway, I want to find some. Thank you, William. I want to find someone who knows about the Dumbs. I want to find out more about Nightmare Hall. I Because Nightmare Hall in Dulce is where I shared a story, Nicole, about dogmen being on trains too. Liz, did you see the interview that Sean had me on his channel before? Yeah, I know he died. Phil died, but why you start hoaxing? I don't hoax, Fraser George. Yeah, dog women. There's been accounts of dog women with breasts and stuff like that. I just want to know about Nightmare Hall because that's where all of the thank you, Liz. That's where all of the experimentation, um, the kidnapped women were being used as like a milking machine and this breeding machine and stuff like that. And they were creating creatures. And I really truly believe that part of me believes that these crawler things came from experiments out of Nightmare Hall. I need. Good night, Robert. I hope you had fun. It was great having you on, my friend. Yeah, I'll have to check those videos out, but I want to talk to somebody that actually had been there, kind of, like um maybe an old man now, I mean, it's just I don't know. I can't watch a video and get knowledge from it because it's someone else's knowledge. That's just my view on that. They could be. They could be, Zach. In 2006, I'd love to hear that experience, Ronita. Yes, I have. I've looked that up. Squatch topic. I came across a Google Earth car recording. Had a Bigfoot with a mom, dad, and two kids nude tied to a tree screaming. This was a call in the forest. I sent the link to someone well known. Okay. What's that mean? Like the family was tied up? I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, they saw a giant wolf at Skinwalker Ranch. Skinwalker Ranch is a place that is just, I don't know, there's a couple of different places on Earth that have that description of paranormal, cryptid, UFO, portals. It's a really screwed up place. Squatch topic PA. Try again a little later. I don't know. Sometimes it happens on people try to email me. Make sure there isn't a space after the com either. Extremely bizarre. He looked like a cat. I can't explain it. Was he furry, Libra? No, we just mentioned Thunderbirds, Dean. I not furry, just facial features. Ah. Maybe he had surgery. Yeah, that's a good. Crawlers lack social skills. Bet your ass they do. All right, guys, we are about two hours and 12 minutes. Thank you, name redacted. We're about 2 hours and 12 minutes in. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I want to thank you all for coming in tonight. Thank you for everyone who blessed me with donations to the channel. I really appreciate it. And next Saturday, another live. Can we get, yeah, you'll get a shall we at the end of the night, all right? I promise. When's the next interview? I'm interviewing someone tomorrow night. All right, guys. So with that, I want to thank you all. When are we going to hear? I've done Goatman stories. I have over almost 3,000 videos on my channel. I've pretty much talked about everything on this channel. So if you want to have look back, Mur, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, Ashto, thank you. I really appreciate that. You guys bless me so much. Guys, I want to thank you all. Next Saturday, I don't know when, but we'll have another live stream. I really enjoy having these with you guys. Kenny, if you had an encounter, email me, please. Overbill Automotive, oh, brother. But anyway, thank you, Donut. Much love. Thank you all for all your support. I'm going to stop reading these because I want to say something to you guys. I gained so much information from you guys, and I really am blessed to have this channel and have experiences like this with you guys. I couldn't ask for a better life, and you guys are part of it. So thank you. And I'll keep up the hard work to give you guys information that I have and come about. And with that, let's have a great night. Have a good morning. And Just be kind to each other, all right? All right. Love y'all. And for Jim Baker, let's end this live stream, shall we?